We're back with a Fox News alert, and exactly the type of alert you never want to read. According to several sources, NYPD officers, 2 of them, are dead after being shot in Harlem tonight, just over 2 hours ago. Officers were responding to a domestic violence call between a mother and her son. Gunshots erupted around 5:10 p.m. According to multiple sources, tragically, both officers are confirmed dead. We're monitoring the latest, and here to react is Jason Rantz. Jason, you're getting this news coming in just like we are in real time. Dispute, law enforcement shows up. It had to be something that looked like something like an ambush for 2 to have been killed is what's being reported. Your reaction, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, you never want to hear this kind of breaking news. We see an increase in violent crime all across the country. We've seen an increase in crimes committed against cops. Last year saw historic numbers of officers being killed on duty and being targeted on duty. Just based on the preliminary information that we have, it does seem like this might be a case of these 2 officers being ambushed. We don't know that yet, obviously, and we're starting to get a little bit more reports on the actual suspect. The question always becomes, where did the suspect get this weapon? How old was the suspect? Does the suspect have a criminal past? Because what we've seen in the past is that a lot of people who should be behind bars end up getting let go early or not prosecuted for prior crimes because we think that we can just quickly and easily rehabilitate them. Unfortunately, in a lot of these cases, we can't, and then something potentially like this can happen.
Absolutely. We're getting more information in real time. As I mentioned, gunfire erupted around 5:10. It was on the West 135th Street. Police responding to a dispute between a mother and a son. One of the officers was struck in the face by gunfire. Law enforcement sources said the suspect was also shot, according to initial reports. NYPD urging people to avoid that area in a tweet, and Mayor Eric Adams headed to Harlem Hospital, where the officers were being treated and now, according to sources, are now confirmed dead. It mentions, again, don't have a lot of information. It's early. But it mentions Eric Adams going to the scene. He's a mayor who was elected in part on cleaning up the crime that has happened in New York City, similar to across the country.
Yeah, and this is his time to show his experience as an officer, not just as a leader of the city, but as someone who understands what now this department is going through. When you lose an officer, let alone 2, the entire department hurts. And we've seen officers all around the country feel like they're not getting supported by political leadership or by the citizens that they're representing. So now's the time to show that kind of compassion to people who lost their partners in all of this. This hurts.
Oh, you better believe it hurts. And it's infuriating. It's absolutely infuriating when you consider what these men, they don't get paid a lot to do this. They go out on behalf of us, and then we don't have their backs. Jason Rantz, you cover this so well. Thank you for being a voice on this tragic evening.
Shalom, shalom. Koholayam La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekak Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Okay, this is your brother Amoth Ya'ais from Yahweh. Back at it again with another beautiful lesson and message to the parent spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And as you saw in the news clip, okay, 2 New York City police officers was, basically gunned down, killed in Harlem. Okay, going to a domestic call with a son and a mother. Now, stuff like this wouldn't happen if Esau would have followed the orders that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai set up. But now they want to create their own paths and, flip-flop everything and, to take the men out of the household, etc., from amongst a lot of things. But I will say that this is judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, first and foremost. But for us to understand, because this is going to intensify, man. You're gonna be seeing a lot of cops being, put to death, judged, all this, man. A lot of police quitting the force, all that's gonna happen, man. So for us to understand, the actual police force, man, we got to go to how it first started, man. So I want to pull out a few. Slacky, I'm gonna pull out something on Wikipedia real quick to give you the history, the back end of how the police force started, man. So let's go to it right now. Okay, we're gonna approach this lesson in a different way, man. Okay, because these police, man, they got a lot to pay for, man. Because these actual police probably come back from patty rollers, man. Okay, as you see right here, slave patrol. All right, it says slave patrols, also known as patrollers, patty rollers, were organized group of armed men who monitored and enforced discipline upon slaves, man. Because that's what the police force is all about, man. It's all about monitoring the Israelites, man. Making sure that their slaves are in order, oppressing the Israelites, man. That's what the police is, man. They're not but slave patrol, man. All right, it says right here, occupation type, law enforcement or military. Okay? Related jobs, slave catcher. All right, it says policing the movements of black people. Slave patrols were explicit in their design to empower the white population. And that's the MO for the police, man. It's still the same thing. Except they took slave patrol patty rollers off of it and just put police. Okay? Policing the movements of black people. And don't they do that right now? They pull you over, or you walk into the store or they just stop you. They policing your movements, man. That's but they call that now, what they call it now? Damn, it's right on the tip of my mouth. It's right on the tip of my mouth. It might come back to me. God, man, it's right on the tip of my mouth, man. But let's keep on reading. Policing the movements of black people. Slave patrols were explicit in the design to empower the white population. Okay, and it was first established in South Carolina in 1704. And the idea spread throughout the colonies, all 13 colonies, before their use ended following the Civil War. So let's go to the duties part. All right, patrollers' duties. Patrollers enforced what were called slave codes, laws which controlled almost every aspect of the lives of enslaved people. Slave patrols were explicit in their design to empower the entire white population, man. And that's the MO still today, right now. All right, let's read slave codes and fugitive slave laws. All right, the fugitive slave laws held in force the necessity for slave patrols to abide by law. Although these laws were initially created to keep tensions low between the North and South, it caused the physical formation of slave patrols. Hold on. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna read this right here. It says black people also formed their own organized networks and means of escape from slavery to Florida, where black people were negotiated with Native Americans and the Spanish government and were able to live self-determined and free lives. Formerly enslaved people formed their own towns, military, and merged with Florida population as Seminoles. Okay, the Seminole Indians, which is the tribe of Reuben. Formerly imprisoned Europeans, Irish immigrants, was a lot of those are Jakes, man. The Irish immigrants and other foreign installized Europeans were immigrated through race-based policies to find the state of Georgia. Okay. All right. Formation of slave patrols. All right, it says slave patrols first began in South Carolina in 1704 and spread throughout the 13 colonies, lasting well beyond the American Revolution. As the population of enslaved people boomed, especially with the invention of the cotton gin, So did the fear of resistance and uprisings by the enslaved. The deployment of slave patrols began when other means of slave control failed to quell enslaved people's resistance. Their biggest concern was the enslaved being held against their will on the plantations, since that is where enslaved populations were highest. Initially, incentives were offered to the non-slave owning majority of whites, such as tobacco and money, to urge whites to be more violent in the capture of runaway slaves. When this approach failed, slave patrols were formally established. Laws were put in place to regulate the activities of both blacks and whites. Black persons were subject to questioning, and this is still happening right now. I'm gonna highlight this. Hold on, let me highlight this first. It says black persons were subject to questioning, searches, and other harassment. And that's still happening right now to this day, man. But who's doing it? The police, which is formerly known as the slave patrol, man. So these same people that was a part of these organizations are back right now as the police, man, in reincarnation, man. Black persons were subject to questioning, searches, and other harassments. Slaves who were encountered without passes from their white masters were expected to be returned to their owners as stated in the slave code. Punishment for runaway slaves, such as whippings and beatings, could be expected more than floggings and beatings. Salaki, if I said that wrong. However, enslaved people feared the threat of being placed on the auction block and being separated from their families if caught by patrols and returned to their masters. Being placed on the auction block was an option for masters who no longer wanted to deal with their non-compliant slaves. And what is an auction block right now? The jail system. So let's get some scriptures, man. It's going to be a little bit of a different lesson, but Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua right is how you edified. So let's get some scriptures, man. Because, they got a lot to pay, man. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'm going to start off at verse 10. And we're going to end off at verse 13. And it reads this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. And they continue to do that, man. They've done that from the beginning. Since they've had us in their clutches, and they continue to do that. And this is going to intensify. It's going to get worse in Jacob's trouble in these times to come, man. Okay, these draconian laws that they're bringing about, they're going to make it harder and harder for you to be able to be part of society if you don't submit to their new their NWO, their new adjustments, their new plans that they're making for society, man. Okay, to have complete domination, to have complete control over your mind, spirit, and body, man. Okay, verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. Let our strength be the law of justice. Because look, man, not only the bio weapon and the physical weapon these cave girls have been blessed with, but also that pen. Okay, that pen is also a weapon, man. Those legislations they make, okay, all types of laws, man, that they make every 2 to 3 to 6 months, man. Okay, especially here in the DMV, man. There's always new laws being made. Damn near every month, I want to say. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be for that which is feeble is found to be nothing wroth. And that's right, man. And they continue to make sure, and they also did that to make sure that their laws would exalt them and abase us and to keep us under their feet and to have us, not gain no type of no type of wealth, no type of anything in this queendom that we're in right now. Okay, verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. Okay, who was the righteous? The Hebrew Israelites, man, us. Okay, and right now, only the righteous is going to be the remnant, the 1/3, the house of David, man. Okay, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary to our doings. That's right, man, because the doings of Esau Edom are completely against Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. They're void. They're dark. They're wicked. Okay, they're completely against Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Everything that they push, their philosophies, their democracy, everything that they conduct, man, is this completely madness, man. It's off. Okay, he upbraideth us with our offending the law, and that's right, man, because we're out here speaking the truth, man, letting it be known that this man is the devil, man, because he goes against the scriptures. He'll make it seem like he's pushing the Bible. You know, just like when you go to court, they have you swearing on the Bible, have you put your hand on the Bible, but it's after that they toss the Bible right behind their back, man. Okay, they claim that they're Christians, which the true Christians are the Israelites, man. Okay, I believe that's Acts chapter 11, verse 26, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, they'll profess that they're Christians and that they love the Lord and that they're Bible thumpers, but yet in their actions it shows otherwise, man. Okay, through their fruits it shows that they're liars, man. Okay, he upbraideth us with our offending the law and objective to our infamity. It's like infamy, the transgressing of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And this man is a complete liar, man. Because the true children of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native and Simdu Indians, man. Okay, as it says in Psalms 51, what hast thou do to declare my law in thy mouth? Okay, this man is a complete liar, but let's keep on moving. Matter of fact, let's go to Psalms since I spoke that. I want to get something out of Psalms real quick. Because the Most High is going to turn up on their law enforcement, man, for everything that they've done, man. All the oppression, rape, rob, all that, man. Psalms 94, verses 20 to 21, and it reads this. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? No, they're not. Okay, and that's the throne of Esau Edom, which frameth mischief by a law. Okay, their law is completely against the scriptures. It's completely against righteousness, man. Okay, they think and they truly believe that they can do everything better than Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Why do you think you got all these GMO foods, man, that basically, you know, literally destroy your body? Okay, you're literally dying a slow death, spraying chemtrails in the air, man. Okay, and amongst other things too, man, putting all types of toxins and stuff in the water, man. Not just in the water that you drink, but in the water that you bathe with, man. Okay? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and it's all about capitalizing over the Israelites and studying us and figuring out a way to make us extinct, man. Okay, because it's all about getting that birthright back, man. Okay, and it's also about, you know, going into the ocean, going down to the deeps of the ocean, trying to get to the heavens and outer space and all that. That's in Jeremiah 31, man. They're trying to do that challenge that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai gave them, man. They're trying to measure the heavens and measure the sea, man. Okay, because Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai gave them that challenge in Jeremiah 31. Go back and read it, man. Okay, I think it's verse 35 on down, if I'm not mistaken. You know, they're trying to do that, and that's also trying to, you know, wipe us out in the midst of doing that. They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood, man. Okay, because this man loves to shed blood, man. This man has, you know, he pushes everything to the forefront, and then sit right here, pushes us to partake in his wickedness, and then he prays to our power and say, look what they doing. Okay, he tries to condemn us, man. Okay, but let's keep on going, man. Let's jump to Proverbs real quick. Proverbs chapter 14, and I'm gonna read verse 31. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 31, and it reads this. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker. And they've accomplished this over and over again. They're perfect at doing this, man. Because the poor of the earth is the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay, I don't care about you jakes that have some type of little bit of wealth, which is toilet paper to the elite, man. Okay, you celebrities, you athletes, you rappers, you musicians, man. It's nothing, man. It's toilet paper to the so-called white man, man. You're still poor. He that oppresseth the poor reproacheth his maker, but he that honoreth him have mercy on the poor. And they don't have no mercy upon the poor, man. They continue to take everything that the poor has, man. Okay? Everything, man. And the history shows that, man. That this man, you know, that's his MO, man, is to oppress the poor. Okay? And they don't want to help you. They want to oppress you. They want to put you under them, man. Period, man. Okay? Now, you know, the situation with this boy and her this young man and his mother, man. Let's get some scriptures on that. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1-3. Children, obey your parents in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest live long on the earth. And look, man, you're supposed to honor your mother and your father. But obviously with this young man acting like that, that tells me, you know, I'm just guessing, but, you know, he must not have a man, his father in his life, man. And who pushes that? Who pushes that you women can do what the man can do, that you don't need a man, and they give you, you know, you benefits, government assistance, housing, food stamps, etc., man. Who pushes that? The so-called white man pushes that on you women, man. Okay? And also to cause more taxes too, to be able to get more taxes with you women working and getting degrees and everything else, man. So with you not having a man to structure the household correctly and to raise these kids correctly, to give them some you know, restrictions on life, to guide them correctly through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, what are you women bringing up? Let's let the Bible talk on that. Let's let the Bible answer that. 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 8. There shall be a confusion also in many places. And this place, Babylon, is nothing but confusion. Every aspect and avenue of life is nothing but confusion, man. Everything that Babylon produces and push is nothing but confusion, man. There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. So you brought forth a monster. This young man that had this domestic dispute with his mother is a monster, man. And if I'm not mistaken from the news clip, they said that the young man shot the police, killed the police, man. And he got shot too, but he's still living, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And this is what you women produce because you say, I don't need a man. You believe everything that the so-called white man, this cave dweller, okay, aka Caucasian, this Hebrew Edomite tells you, man, and you run with it, man. And this is what you produce, man, because you don't need a man. You don't want to submit to a man. You don't want to submit to the order that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai said should be done. But guess what? You're going to have to submit to this order because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is restructuring everything right now. It's going back to its rightful order, man. It's going back to righteousness, man. Okay? So you in the kingdom, you women are going to be in line, man. Period, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or what's about it, man. You're going to be in line, man. And this is right here. You know, if Esau really truly did the laws of the Bible, man, this is how you handle children like this, man. Kids. Deuteronomy 21. Okay? I'm going to start off at verse 18 and we're going to end off at verse 21. And it reads this. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastised him, and that means, you know, that rod of correction punished him, man. Okay, either, you know, whooped him and corrected him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, okay, place hands on him, and bring him on to the elders of his city. Take him to the elders of the city, man, okay, the judges, and on to the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
Rebellious son, which will not.
Salakia, forgive me. Salakia. Let me read that again. Verse 20. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this is our son. This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. Now, this is how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, man. Okay, this is righteous judgment, man. Okay, this is wickedness, man, for you not to obey your parents, man, which we already read Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1 to 3, which is the first commandment with promise, man. So you're supposed to be put to death, man. Okay, but like I said, this lesson was, leaning towards other edification. But let's close out here with this right here, because this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing, man. Like I said, man, you slave patrols, you patty rollers, man, you got a lot to pay for, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing forth your judgment, man. So this is Lamentations chapter 4, verses 21 to 22, and it reads this: Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. Okay, so it's judgment time for you, Esau. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is visiting you right now for your transgressions, your iniquities, man. Okay, so it's going to be more police officers that's going to be put to death, man. Okay, and it's going to be a lot of police officers that's going to quit. Okay, in these times to come. Verse 22, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. This is our last captivity, man. This is the 7th, which means completion, perfection, man. This is it, man. Okay. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, and it's being discovered right now. So what a coinky dink. Yahweh by Shem Yahushua took out 2 cops, man. Why do you think, man? Why do you think that is, man? You got to go back to the history, man, of the slave patrol, how the police started. You got to go back to the history, man. Okay? It all goes back to what's been done, man. Okay? This is just judgment, man. But we read some history, read some scriptures, and Lord willing, I hope and I pray that this is edifying to the whole full elect. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.